Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a video about President Trump's order that bans woke intersectional feminism and critical race theory as part of anti-racism trainings at the federal level for federal employees and for federal agencies. And I absolutely agree with this order. I think it's right that he did this. And there are some confusions about this order that I want to clear up. So now I want to make very clear, this is something that a lot of people don't seem to understand. I want to make very clear that this is not a First Amendment violation. And the reason why it's not a First Amendment violation is because we're talking about government space. We're talking about government space. We're talking about government speech. We're talking about government agents. So please understand that. So when we're talking about the speech of a government agent, whether they are speaking with statutory or constitutional authority, or as an administrative agency, or if they're speaking, even if they're speaking under color of law, they are actually severely restricted in their speech. And this is not a First Amendment violation because they are speaking as the government, as an arm, as an agent of the government. And the government is severely restricted in their speech. The government cannot send the message that one group of citizens is either favored or disfavored, especially not based on identifying characteristics such as race or affiliation or membership in a religious group or community. So let's just be very clear about that. And in fact, if the government, if President Trump, if the federal government were to engage in critical race theory based and woke intersectional feminism based anti-racism trainings at the federal level for federal employees and federal agencies, this would be a constitutional violation. It would be a constitutional violation because we're talking about government speech. The government cannot send the message that one group of citizens is either favored or disfavored over another, especially not based on race. And woke intersectional feminism and critical race theory based anti-racism training absolutely sends the message that white citizens are disfavored and that the due process and equal protection clauses of the U.S. Constitution do not apply to white citizens. And this would be a gross constitutional violation if the federal government engaged in anti-racism trainings based upon woke intersectional feminism and or critical race theory. So, and I just want to explain that. And we have proof, we have absolute proof, and I am the proof that woke intersectional feminism and critical race theory demand that the due process and equal protection clauses of the U.S. Constitution do not apply to white citizens. Okay, please understand this. It is a foundational premise of critical race theory and woke intersectional feminism that when a black person or another person of color accuses a white person of having engaged in a racist act, that is the condemnation of racism, that is the sentence. And not only is no due process required, in point of fact, if the white person were to make a demand for due process, this would be considered evidence of racism. And if a white person were to try to present evidence of their innocence, would try to proclaim their innocence, that this would be evidence of the white person's racism. That any attempt to demand due process or equal protection of the law would be racism itself, because it would be perpetuating the status quo systems of oppression. These are foundational premises of woke intersectional feminism and critical race theory. Please understand that. Please understand that. And that's why it would be a gross violation of the U.S. Constitution for the federal government to engage in anti-racism training based upon woke intersectional feminism and critical race theory. Please understand that. So I will have so much more to say about these issues, but I just wanted to do a quick video to make those points very clear. It is a very good thing. It is a very good thing that President Trump did this. It is a very good thing. Okay, great. I will talk to you later. I'll have my GoFundMe and PayPal me links below. Please donate to my legal fund. Please support me, and we will restore due process and civil liberties at Yale and on campuses across the U.S. and everywhere. I will never stop fighting for justice and light and truth. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.